As dusk descended upon the ancient cemetery, I found myself reluctantly assuming the role of night security guard, a duty I never imagined I'd undertake. Nestled within the heart of the city, this graveyard boasted a rich history dating back centuries, its weathered headstones bearing silent witness to the passage of time. Yet, despite its serene facade, whispers of recent grave robberies had cast a pall of fear over the once tranquil grounds. Unwillingly thrust into the role of guardian, I patrolled the cemetery's winding pathways with a sense of trepidation, each rustle of leaves and creak of branches sending shivers down my spine. The desolation of the night seemed to amplify the cemetery's eerie ambiance, and I found myself longing for the comfort of daylight. On the first night of my vigil, I embarked on a restless wander through the tombstones, my nerves frayed by the oppressive silence that enveloped me. Yet, despite my efforts to acclimate to the graveyard's nocturnal realm, my unease only deepened with each passing hour. It was during one fateful patrol that I stumbled upon evidence of the desecration that had befallen the cemetery. A freshly disturbed grave lay before me, its earthy mound a testament to the violation that had occurred under the cover of darkness. Though the grave had been hastily refilled, the absence of regrown grass spoke volumes, a silent indictment of the thieves who had dared to defile the sanctity of the dead. In the ensuing nights, I maintained a vigilant watch over the cemetery's hallowed grounds, my senses attuned to the slightest hint of intrusion. Yet, despite my best efforts, the hours stretched on in monotonous repetition, each night blending seamlessly into the next. As the days turned into weeks, fatigue began to weigh heavily upon me, my nightly vigils taking a toll on both body and mind. The graveyard, once a place of quiet contemplation, had become a prison of endless solitude, its confines suffocating in their emptiness. It was on the eve of my departure that the true nature of the cemetery revealed itself in all its malevolent glory. Drifting into a fitful slumber within the confines of my makeshift guard booth, I found myself ensnared in a nightmare from which I could not escape. In the depths of my subconscious, I found myself confronted by a spectral figure, its visage twisted with rage and sorrow. With a voice like the keening of the wind, it accused me of neglecting my duty, of allowing the desecration of the cemetery to go unchecked. Startled awake by the phantom's accusation, I found myself face to face with a specter of a different kind. Peering through the fogged glass of my booth, I beheld the wraith-like figure of an elderly woman, her eyes burning with an otherworldly intensity. In a panic, I stumbled from my chair, my heart pounding with primal fear. Yet, as I stepped outside into the moonlit night, I found myself drawn inexorably towards the source of the apparition. With each step, the air grew thick with a palpable sense of dread, the very earth beneath my feet seeming to pulse with a sinister energy. Yet, driven by a morbid curiosity I could not suppress, I pressed onward into the darkness. As I ventured deeper into the heart of the cemetery, the air grew heavy with the weight of unseen eyes, their gaze piercing the veil between the living and the dead. Yet, despite the overwhelming sense of unease that gripped me, I could not tear my gaze away from the shadowy figure that beckoned me onward. It was then, amidst the gnarled branches of an ancient oak, that I came face to face with the source of the cemetery's torment. A spectral apparition, its form shimmering with an ethereal light, hovered before me, its eyes burning with an otherworldly intensity. In that moment, I knew that I stood upon the precipice of the unknown, poised to uncover secrets that had lain dormant for centuries. And though the darkness threatened to consume me whole, I found solace in the knowledge that I had faced my fears and emerged unscathed. As the first light of dawn broke across the horizon, I made my peace with the cemetery, bidding farewell to its silent denizens with a sense of reverence and awe. And though I may never fully understand the mysteries that dwell within its confines, I will forever carry with me the memory of the night I stood guard over the realm of the dead. During the holidays, I embarked on a trip to Lawrence to visit my girlfriend and her family. Her father, a keen explorer, often regaled us with tales of local lore, while her parents, both night owls, reveled in nocturnal adventures. One fateful night, we collectively decided to venture to Stall Cemetery, a mere 20-minute drive from her residence. Despite the late hour, around 4 a.m., my girlfriend's mother opted to remain at home, leaving her father, my girlfriend, and me to embark on our eerie expedition. As we arrived, we parked our car near a weathered church that stood sentinel across from the cemetery gates. A sense of trepidation crept over me as my girlfriend's father recounted how the town prohibited outsiders from entering the cemetery, typically enforced by a vigilant police presence. However, to our surprise, no officers patrolled the area that night. Stepping out of the car, an eerie silence enveloped us, as if the very air held its breath. We cautiously traversed the quiet streets, passing rows of weathered tombstones. An ominous dead tree marked a turn, leading us uphill to the cemetery's highest point. Atop the hill lay the desolate remnants of a once grand church, now reduced to crumbling ruins. My girlfriend recounted the tragic tale of its demise, raised by the town in the 90s to thwart vandals who frequented the site, especially on Halloween. According to local legend, hurling a glass bottle against the church's rear wall could summon Satan himself, should the bottle fail to shatter. Despite the church's dilapidated state, remnants of this ominous past lingered amidst the rubble. We scoured the ruins, hoping to uncover traces of the supernatural or the macabre. Strange scratches marred some of the tombstones, hinting at unknown forces at play. Yet our search yielded no substantial findings, save for a lingering sense of unease. Undeterred, we pressed on, venturing behind the church towards a grove of skeletal trees that stood sentinel in the darkness. Stealthily navigating through the undergrowth, we remained vigilant for any signs of the paranormal. As we delved deeper into the night, the distant hum of approaching headlights alerted us to a passing vehicle. Hastily dousing our flashlights, we concealed ourselves amidst the shadows, wary of prying eyes. In the darkness, my girlfriend stumbled upon an inexplicable discovery: an empty glass bottle lying amidst the overgrown grass. Instinctively, I moved to retrieve it, only to be met with a chorus of protests from my companions. As my fingers brushed against the cool glass, an unearthly sound shattered the silence, an eerie hiss, akin to escaping gas, emanating from the darkness beyond. With bated breath, we scanned the surrounding terrain, searching for the source of the disturbance. Suddenly, a guttural gargle echoed through the night, accompanied by a series of ominous clicks, a sound both primal and unfamiliar. Despite our best efforts, we failed to discern the origin of these unsettling noises, shrouded as they were in the cloak of darkness. Reluctantly, I abandoned the glass bottle, opting instead to capture the moment on camera. Yet, upon reviewing the photos, a chilling realization dawned: a spectral visage lurking in the shadows, unseen by mortal eyes. With mounting apprehension, we retraced our steps, hastening back to the safety of our vehicle. As we approached, a disconcerting sight greeted us, the interior lights flickering to life, casting an eerie glow amidst the surrounding darkness. With a sense of foreboding, we cautiously inspected the car, finding all doors securely locked, with no sign of intrusion. Puzzled and unnerved, we reluctantly resumed our journey homeward, haunted by the lingering specter of Stall Cemetery's unearthly mysteries. In the late 2000s, amidst the eerie shadows of Greenwood Cemetery in the heart of southwest Deter, Illinois, an enigmatic tale unfolded, shrouded in the mists of legend and whispered rumors. This hallowed ground, once a tranquil resting place for the departed, bore witness to a tumultuous history, morphing from a humble burial ground into a mass grave for fallen soldiers during the ravages of the Civil War. Tales of cult activity intertwined with the cemetery's history, casting an ominous pall over its once serene grounds. Enter Cassandra, a young woman with an insatiable curiosity for the macabre and an unyielding spirit that defied the religious fervor of her upbringing. Raised by devout great-grandparents, Cassandra's fascination with the darker aspects of existence often clashed with the stringent beliefs instilled upon her. Seeking solace from the suffocating grip of her conservative upbringing, she sought refuge in the decaying embrace of an old Victorian house in the burgeoning town of Dakar, a haven teetering on the brink of urban decay. The house, a relic of bygone years, bore the scars of time and neglect, its crumbling facade a testament to the passage of ages. Within its shadowy confines lay a basement, its floors caked with the residue of forgotten memories, and its walls echoing with the whispers of the past. An air of foreboding hung heavy in the stagnant air, as if the house itself harbored secrets too dark to be spoken aloud. With her faithful canine companion, Apollo, by her side, Cassandra embarked on nocturnal excursions into the depths of Greenwood Cemetery. Beneath the moon's ethereal glow, she sought communion with spirits long departed, drawn to the cemetery's somber beauty, like a moth to flame. On one fateful night, amidst the crumbling headstones and gnarled trees of Greenwood, Cassandra and her companions bore witness to a phenomenon that defied rational explanation. As they ventured deeper into the cemetery's heart, a sense of unease gripped them, as if unseen eyes watched their every move from the shadows. Suddenly, a piercing scream shattered the silence, echoing through the night like a harbinger of doom. Panic seized the group as they scrambled to flee the spectral wails that seemed to emanate from the very heavens above. Yet as they fled, Cassandra felt a strange compulsion pulling her towards a desolate corner of the cemetery known as Hell's Hollow, where the veil between worlds grew thin. It was there, amidst the tangled undergrowth and twisted branches, that they encountered something beyond comprehension. Strange lights danced among the trees, casting an otherworldly glow upon the decrepit tombstones that littered the ground. As Cassandra watched in awe, the very earth beneath her feet began to tremble, as if the very fabric of reality threatened to unravel. In the days that followed, the echoes of that fateful night lingered, casting a pall over Cassandra's once tranquil existence. Strange occurrences plagued her home, from inexplicable noises in the dead of night to unexplained shadows that danced upon the walls. Apollo, once a stalwart companion, now cowered in fear, his once bright eyes dulled by the encroaching darkness. Desperate for answers, Cassandra delved into the annals of history, seeking solace in the forgotten lore of the past. It was then that she stumbled upon the tale of a forgotten cult, whose dark rituals had stained the very soul of Greenwood Cemetery with blood and sorrow. Could it be that the spirits of the past still lingered, seeking retribution for sins long forgotten? With each passing day, Cassandra's resolve grew stronger, her faith in the face of adversity unwavering. Armed with nothing but her unyielding spirit and a flickering candle of hope, she embarked on a journey to confront the darkness that threatened to consume her. And though the road ahead was fraught with peril, she knew that as long as she held fast to the light within, she would emerge victorious against the encroaching shadows.